by the balls.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Prussman On Fire. Wow. My first episode, I don't have a guest. I'm on my phone because my computer did not upload. Well, welcome to my show. I think I'm looking at the camera, right? Just let me know if I'm looking at the right camera. I have my little mic on and I'm ready to go. This is very interesting. This is my first show alone, solo. I don't have a guest today, so I'm going to talk to you about life. And this has been a crazy 4 months for everybody, I guess. For me, I just got back. I'm staying in downtown Brooklyn. I had to leave. I stayed with my mother, and I had to leave because when you stay with your mother for 4 months in a quarantine, you might want to murder her. So I did not want that to happen, and I didn't want to get life in prison. So I decided to go to a lovely Airbnb. This is not my room, but it's good for the time being. And I can't stress enough how grateful I am that I have great friends and that we are able to do this. At least we have broadcasting. At least, I do stand-up comedy. I do live performance. I do theater, mostly stand-up comedy, and that's been taken away. It's been not allowed due to COVID-19. They should call it COVID, go fuck yourself. COVID fucking... Like one day you wake up. This is like what trauma is. One day you wake up and everything changes, but your mind has not realized that things have changed so significantly. And then eventually you catch up to yourself. But I think a lot of us, specifically in places that were under severe quarantine, New York, LA, especially New York, because we're all, kind of slumped together in this one, little area. We one day we're like doing comedy shows, we're going to clubs, we're going to bars, restaurants, enjoying ourselves. And then one day it just stopped. Like one day, literally the entire world just stopped. And now we're kind of slowly coming back, and some people are going back to work and some people are traveling and whatnot. But that's shocking. We were in this quarantine for at least a good 3 months, some of us 4 months, give or take a few weeks. I was across country. I went to LA, came back, and like everything was closed. And I hadn't it didn't hit me. My mind and my body didn't connect to each other. And now everyone, it's like dystopian. We're wearing masks everywhere because it helps prevent the virus. Then there's a lot of arguments about that. People say it doesn't. It does. You know what? I'm not a doctor, but it does. Because if I have a disease and you have a disease and we're not breathing on each other, it's kind of like face condoms. So, you could disagree with me, and everything's politicized, So in the midst of this fucking dystopian nightmare, we're having, police brutality, which was insanity, and then, we have, riots, and then we had some protests, which, is our right. We should protest. We're in this lockdown, and then the people that protect us in certain states had brutality. So here we are under, I would say, police fucking law in a way. Even though we really weren't, but we were, I guess self-imposed. And then there's police brutality in the middle of that. So just imagine how scary that is to our country. I mean, we've always had police brutality, and a lot of times African Americans and Black Americans and people of color have been targeted, but I've had white girlfriends who have been targeted too. Not as much. I mean, it's not, like it's a thing. We have a problem in some places with our police. We have wonderful police officers, which I love, and we have some shitty psychopaths. So, but that's without everything. We have some great people and we have shitty people. So I am running for mayor of New York. I was going to run for city council, but I decided to go back to running for mayor. And people are like, that's insane. And I'm like, well, why the hell not? I've been living in the city for my whole life. I've lived in almost every borough. Let me get my coffee. Let me get my coffee here. My coffee's here. My coffee. I got my coffee. All right. I lived in every borough, and I want to run this city right. I want to run the city correctly. Um, we need structure, and we need to feel safe here emotionally and crime wise. We need to fix our educational system. I mean, I've worked in schools and it's a disaster. Like, I don't know if you guys have kids in high schools in some of these. It is a freaking disaster. These kids, they wear I mean, first of all, I walk into a fucking classroom. I'll be fucking on. You take those fucking ear pods out of your fucking ears. Okay? I'm not going to be teaching you in a class and you have ear pods on. It's like going on a date and wearing ear pods. It's rude. It's fucking rude. You don't go into a classroom unless it's like a part of the curriculum and have ear pods or earphones on. You just don't do it. The fact these teachers even allowed it, they should be all ashamed of themselves because it's shocking. I'm like I was teaching in a high school. I do like lectures in high school sometimes. I go into this high school and all the kids are wearing the ear pods in the class while we're learning history. And I said, I'm only here for today. Thank God. And I don't know what your teacher normally does or this school's policy, but where I come from and what in my sort of sphere of learning and performing, I said it's rude to wear ear pods when someone is trying to help you learn, and B, it's you're in school. So you could either leave the classroom or take your ear pods out. That's my policy. And I'm sorry if it's not what your teacher normally does. And you know what? One teacher, one kid actually thanked me. They're like, literally word for word, she said, "Thank you. Our teacher normally doesn't teach." I said, "Okay. I don't know what that means, but that stuck with me." And this was like a couple months ago. Our teacher normally doesn't teach us. She doesn't go over the book with us. She just gives us these assignments, and that's it. Woo! Well, this is I don't know how long I'm going. It's the first episode. I didn't book any guests. I just wanted to talk. Pretty much just spurt my opinions. I don't really want to be political. We might actually have people from each side of the aisle on the show. We might have people that I totally disagree with on the show. We might have people that I agree with on the show. I just want to I want this fire to be a fire that's contained, and the fire of this show, I want it to be a productive fire, not an out of control, burning down the house fire. I want it to be a fire of productivity, a fire that cooks food, a fire that warms a house, a fire that burns to create, not destroy. I feel like I should go to yoga class now, but there's no yoga class. Fucking no yoga class, no gym, no, there's a lot taken away from us. There's a lot of mourning and grieving here in New York. A lot of our disease, the COVID disease, is now spread in not spread, but it re-emerged or emerged in places that didn't have it. So we are in uncertain times, ladies and gentlemen, and genders in between. We are in uncertain times. I'm going to wrap this up. I've been talking nonstop about a lot of things. I don't know how this is going to come out, but whatever. It is what it is, what it is, what it is. So anyway, so I'm going to leave you with this. And the next episode, we're going to have guests. I have some great people lined up. I'm really excited. Thank you for listening to me. So take your fire, channel your fucking fire, bitches. Be authentic, be yourself, go for it. Channel your anger correctly. That's what I'm going to say. Don't live in fear. Reach out to people. I don't know what to say. Just fucking do it, man. Just be there, be alive, be in yourself. Don't be afraid to be scared. Don't be afraid to be not scared. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You know, just challenge your life. Be, just be who you are. And that doesn't mean, I mean, that's very pretentious, but I don't know. Go fuck yourself. No. Yeah, go fuck yourself. I love you guys.